before you got.
Hello, welcome back to Flute Salad. Welcome to. Ow, that's really loud.
IGN first for the month of June 2022 is
Welcome to a little analysis again of. I'm going to pause this here. Welcome to a little analysis of the actual full, gameplay reveal of Sonic Frontiers. 7 minutes long. I want to talk about my thoughts. I want to talk about my feelings. I want to talk about what I think about the game. I want to talk about what I like. I'm going to talk about what I don't like as we go through this trailer or gameplay here. I'm going to be completely honest. I first saw this live yesterday when it was premiering, and I didn't really like it. But given I slept on it, and I'm feeling more optimistic today than I was yesterday. There's still things that I don't like, but I'm going to try and outline everything as we go through. Okay, so immediately we get this voiceover, and immediately we get new gameplay here. You see it's I guess kind of evening. It looks really good, this bit. There's obstacles in the way. You can see he has the air dash, which we haven't seen since, like... Well, an air dash in that style, we haven't seen it since Sonic Colors, which was 2010. Yeah, really nice.
And we've got interviews from the developers who made it all happen.
Yeah, we're getting stuff all month long. We're also getting something tomorrow as well. Friday, we're getting a combat trailer, I think it was announced.
When the game makes its way to you later down the road.
Okay.
First up, we've got the world premiere gameplay focusing on exploring the mysterious island that Sonic suddenly finds himself stranded on at the start of the game.
Now, I want to remember that bit at the start of the game. So hopefully, what we're seeing here is like pretty much as the game opens, the very beginning, your beginning abilities, beginning speed, all that, because there's some things I want to comment on.
IGN throughout June, so you don't miss.
Also, I don't know why Sega decided IGN should do it when IGN literally hates Sonic the Hedgehog and are trash at every single game, as we'll go into later on. As I think a lot of the problems with this come from what was shown and the person playing it. There's still problems with the game, don't get me wrong, but I think, it needs to be shown off correctly in order to get that good first impression, which is the most important thing, and it was not shown off correctly, I don't think.
Missed anything.
This we've all seen before.
Here's your first look at gameplay from Sonic.
Here, so this is new. We can see it's evening. There's a lot of stuff going on down there. I'm liking the look of that. Things like you can maybe jump up there. It just looks like there's a lot of stuff to do. Some grind rails down there, a beautiful waterfall. I don't know what that is there. Oh, that's a dash panel, but it's facing that way, it looks like. So I don't know why they'd do that, unless there's a platform up there, you jump down, or something.
Frontiers.
I'll get on talking about the automation stuff. Okay, so immediately we jump into gameplay, and I have to say, the game looks beautiful. It looks absolutely stunning. This tower here is beautiful, the rails around it. There are these floating things here, and you'll notice a bit of popping in a second. Popping is a major problem. Ready? Ready? Whoop, whoop. There you go. Look at that. Oh, and let's find where that happens. There, ready? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey! Popping is a big problem. We'll get to it. The speed. Now, as I said, this is the very beginning of the game. Sonic does not appear to be boosting. He's looking quite slow. Also, we've got that jump ball. We knew we had that jump ball. I do not like the jump ball. You can see actually there, he punches that box. So he's obviously got some punch move. Here is, we'll get to the bit we were talking about. This section here is automated. Look, you go into the dash panel, which leads you into another dash panel, which leads you into a spring, which leads you into a ring. That does not need to be automated. Just have the spring there, Look. That doesn't... Those dash panels do not need to be there. You're taking control away. You don't need to. Anyway. Did that thing pop in there? I didn't see. Yep, look at that. Look at that. Ready? That platform there. And... doesn't exist. Now it exists. That is a major problem. There's still 5-6 months to release. They've got time to iron out things like that. That's all optimization. Optimization is the thing you do last. Always do the optimization last. That's just how video game development works. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm slightly worried about that. I hope, you know, they can fix it up by the end, but I'm not too worried about that. You see here he picks up some sort of heart, and then does a punch move, and that's a new punch move there. See it again. Oh! Oh! Oh, hold on a second. Was that an expression I just saw on the Sonic Forces model? This never happens. Go through the ring. Boy, do you see that? My man was smiling. That is, the Sonic Forces model does not smile. So it picks up some heart thing, I don't know what that is. It looks, as you can see there, it kind of like fizzles down here. Maybe that goes to fill up the boost gauge. Maybe you're going to have a health bar in this game. And that's going to fill it up, I don't know. Here we see we have no bounce bracelet, we have a stomp. And I love the bounce bracelet in open world. I think that could be utilised really well. We don't have that. Here, that bit there, I'm slightly confused by that. Like, was that a spin dash? Or did he homing attack onto that spring? Because it didn't look to me like he jumped for it. He didn't look. So he didn't jump to activate the homing attack. So was it just already there, ready, available? Because that's going to be really annoying if you just want to jump and automatically homing attack into things. Or is that something like the spin dash? Or are we getting like the light speed attack? Like we're seeing in Sonic Adventure. That would be nice. He runs up this wall. It looks like he just gains a lot of momentum by running up the wall automatically there. Just vroom, and you're going up. It looks controllable. I don't know how much we'll be able to control that. Here's a little nitpick I just want to talk about here. When he actually reaches the top of the wall, there, you can see where he jumps, he goes into the ball rather than it being around him. And that jumping animation looks so much better than just turning him into a ball. I've always thought this, and the only time they ever had like just a regular jump without any like aura around him when he did it was in Sonic 06 and Sonic Unleashed, as far as I know, and it looked better there than it does having either some sort of blue aura around him when he jumps or just changing out his model completely. Like that, when he homes in on that is a worse jump animation than that, and because they've shown they can do that animation with this model, I don't see why they don't just have that as the animation no matter. He comes over here, sees some, and now I'm not sure if they're like Chow coins or if they're like water droplets or something. It's quite hard to see. They look like Chow though, don't they? But we don't actually know until the game comes out. Also, obviously, the person playing is just walking. They're going so slowly. Here, look, he sees in the ball, and then he just swap it out to that. No! Don't do that. He jumps onto this rail here, and then instantly gains momentum. We know that was going to happen. It's kind of sad that, you don't have to gain the momentum yourself, and the game just gives it to you, but it's what we were expecting. I'm slightly disheartened by it, but it's what we were expecting. He bounces off this spring into the wall, doesn't climb up the wall, and then hits the dash panel which does it for him. Now, again, that just screams automation. Like, this whole bit here. In fact, hold on, let's work it out. So from there, 1 minute 30, to whenever he starts climbing, which I guess is when you have to hold forward again. So for 7 seconds there, they could have not been pushing any buttons. And the game was just playing itself. I mean, we don't even know if he's climbing that himself. That could be automated. And then he just runs, so I don't know why he climbs and then runs. That's certainly irritating. This bit here, like, why is he walking like that? That looks really bad. Why, like, just walk at a normal speed or run, you're Sonic the Hedgehog. Jesus Christ. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of the problems come with the person playing because they clearly don't know what they're doing. This bit here, I'm not sure if it's automated. I think the camera move is automated, so you could just hold forwards and get up, but it does look like they turn. Ready? Oop, there slightly. Looks like they angle the stick slightly differently to do it. Do we see the homing attack onto these like balloon things? Round a loop, that whole bit there, all of that. Alright, let's work up more automation. There, from 2 minutes to about 2 minutes 4, not in control. Some stand there, and then there's nothing really it looks like you can do in these towers. They might just be vantage points to look at, to look out on the world. I don't see why you couldn't use a map. Does the game have a map? Like, we don't know. The game might not have a map, and you have to use that. I think it probably will, though. They're, again, walking really slowly. I don't know why they're walking so slowly. I guess it's just to give you time to take things in. Then they do that jump again, where they don't actually jump before they homing attack the spring there. So maybe it is some sort of just regular homing attack without needing a jump. We don't know, maybe it's a different button. There, you see, he doesn't jump, and he's in. And again, this bit here, automation, city with the rails, but the rails have been automated since, I guess, like, Sonic Heroes, you could say. Maybe even, like, SA2, which was the first time there was rails. He goes through and picks up another heart, which, does that fizzle into the thing on the right? This one doesn't. Interesting. Maybe he's already at max health then. He goes through a rainbow ring. As you can see here, there's another heart-looking thing there. But we got, guess what? Everyone's favourite. It's, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And we have Poppin'. Whoop! Look at that. Here we see, well, we see something here. It's got the question mark next to it, showing that it's something of interest. It kind of reminds me of in Sonic Unleashed, you'd hit the sand timers and it would change between night and day. Maybe that's something that does that. Maybe that activates a boss. Maybe that just activates a secret or a puzzle or something. I was slightly annoyed they didn't interact with that at all. It looks definitely interactable, but they didn't. Here we can see they boosted for the first time, I think. And then stopped, went over the dash road, went past another thing, and then here, a little platforming thing. It really doesn't look that tricky at all. They said it's at the start of the game. I noticed more pop in there on the left. Ready? What was it that popped in? Oh, was that spring, I think? Hold on, let's have another look. Yep, spring. And rocks as well. And we can see here Sonic does, boop, a punch move, which is new. And he picks up some sort of fruit. We see a lot of the time they're collecting fruit throughout. And I want to actually see if my theory is here. There's a question mark there. There's none of those little, like, grey things, is there? No. He boosts down here. There's a little air boost there. Destroyed that rock. Didn't touch it. I don't know how he destroyed that rock. He wasn't moving that quickly. And he moved to speed. He's not moving that fast. For Sonic the Hedgehog, he's pretty slow. It's the start. I hope he gets faster. There also seems to be no sign of momentum. Well, there's like a half momentum, because you can see there is actually a dash panel before these rails, which I guess just sets you on them. It gives you speed, and you obviously gain momentum from that. Like, he's boosting there, which makes him go a lot further. He didn't even jump there, did he, to reach that? No. So, again, that's I'd rather him jump to get into that, but whatever. Collects another heart thing. And we can see, actually, goes around that corner pretty nicely. So my issue about the control doesn't appear to be an issue. Here you can see a really cool looking enemy on the left that he just jumps over. Because we don't want to see anything interesting. Tomorrow we do get one on combat, though, so maybe we'll see into that. Here we can also see, where is it? There. A platform just loading into existence. It looks like it's intentional. It's got some sort of effect on it. The effect doesn't look done. It just pops in blue, and then pops in the actual thing. Maybe that's just the blue from the things were already loaded in, and the actual platform hadn't. You know, that's a bit of an issue. It looks kind of intentional. There's also another one pops up on the side. Yeah, like the enemy pops up red there. Whoop. They, like, warp in. I think. Yeah. Yoop. You know, we see he does the quick step, and that enemy just goes absolutely flying past him there. Just, like, I want to see that, but we don't get that. Here he steps onto another ramp, and this whole bit here, switch rails. Automation City, but that's honestly fine. This here just is screaming Sonic Forces to me, which worries me slightly. Did you see that camera shake with the stomp? Boff! Maybe you're going to have some sort of stomp attack or something that's going to do like AoE or something. Here, he runs up the wall, which is nice to see, and then goes on to these bits. I always knew these little bits here where they first showed them, like the crystally wall looking things. They're going to be bits you can run across. They're bits you can run across. Doesn't hit that spring at all, but is sent into it. Ready? Oh no, he did hit the spring. Okay, I'll let him off. Bounce over there. So it does look like there's a few pathways, like there's an enemy down there. You could probably maybe just even run on the wall the whole way across. Here, he jumps up into there, and then you get a trick system back, which again goes down to the bottom down here. Probably to fill up the boost, I'd imagine. But those trick animations, what are they? Like, they're so quick. There's no build up. There's no like, they're awful. Ready? Sound design's not even that great. I see stomps back down. We saw this area actually in the original reveal trailer. There's enemies there on the left. You see they electrify there. Doesn't show them off. That's my biggest problem with this as well. We're not actually shown anything, really. That's me unplugging my laptop. We're not really... Why is that... We're not really shown anything. It's just them running around. We don't know what the objectives is. We don't know anything. It'd be nice to know a bit of the story. Maybe we'll be getting that later in the month. I mean, it says all June long, so maybe we're getting some story things later in the month. But I think for a first impression, you needed to show more than this. Here you can see he just goes into springs. It would have been nice, because the Trail of Rings was there, if maybe there was like a light speed dash or something. And you can see more ugly ass tricking. Even more popping in the distance there, like, where's my mouse? About that bit of the screen. There, over there, things popping in. Here we can see it's actually a different weather. It's a rainy... the rain actually looks really nice, I like it. And you see he comes up to these statues and just does the most boring puzzle. I don't know how he decided what way to turn that. Maybe he's just got the control of that there. It looked like some sort of force came out of his head there, look. He gained control. He possessed it, did he? Are we just Mario Odysseying this? Like, it looked like his soul literally came out of him and entered it. Does it go back in? I don't know. I don't know how he does that. Then this bit opens. We didn't see any of the cyberspace levels. I don't know why. You see, he looks slow. He looks slow. There's obviously a lot of things here. That looks like a lightspeed dash thing there, doesn't it? That's definitely a lightspeed dash. Okay, so the lightspeed dash confirmed. Because that there, that is not springs, unless springs just load in any second. Which they haven't. That's 100% lightspeed dash. Thank God the lightspeed dash is here. Hopefully we can do it on any Trail of Rings, and not specific ones like that. That'd be nice. As you can see here, there's a little puzzle he has to put out the fire. He uses that. It goes around in a circle, which I think is cool. Definitely has more control of him during that, so I was kind of right in my last video where I said the controls were... the controls I didn't think were going to be great. These bits would be better. I think that's similar. I think when he's boosting he's still going to have great control. But it looks better there. As you can see, doing that puzzle actually unlocked the rail there. It unlocked the rail. Maybe the rail just hadn't loaded in, but I think it looked like it unlocked the rail, because that's a different type of thing we usually see. And this is on the same area where he is, actually. There's the 3 torches. So maybe that rail goes where the rings are. And there's no lightspeed dash. Oh, please don't say that's true. I mean, we don't get to see, because it immediately cuts away. And you get some sort of, like, other fruit there. Here you can see a bunch of people are really complaining about the rails in the sky. I don't care. I think the rails in the sky look cool. We see more just springs and stuff in the sky. You know, like I'm cool with the rails in the sky, the springs in the sky. I feel like they should have some sort of propeller or some sort of aura that's keeping them afloat or something. We see here he goes down the hill. No momentum gain at all. This bit of the hill. I kind of expected no momentum. I expected a little bit of momentum though. He doesn't gain speed at all going down that hill until he boosts. And then he jumps. I've seen a few people saying the boost, I even said this in the last video, the boost could be like the Sonic Unleashed boost, where you get bars that fill up. I don't think that's the case, because I think it's just a case of IGN not knowing how to play the game. Like you see there, they're boosting, and then they stop, and then they air dash, and they stop, and then they boost again, and then they jump, and then they boost, and then they stop, and then they jump, and then they boost, and then they stop, and then they go again, which is what some people are thinking it is. Later on, though, we see him boost for absolutely ages, so I don't think that's the case. I think that is just IGN not knowing how to play the game. We see even more popping on the platforms on the left there. Look, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Platforms! I mean, that could be ironed out for release. I hope it is. We see a lot here you can actually play around on. Lots of different rails, rainbow rings, more rails up there. Which is quite nice. Sonic does look like this bit of terrain here, where he dips down there. That doesn't look great. I think it comes down to the terrain more than anything else. I guess maybe his controller is always stuck to the terrain, I guess, unless you're jumping, maybe. Something to do it. And then this bit is the bit we saw from before. As you see, he stops boosting and then boosts again. So I was actually right in my bit where we saw a little bit where he was boosting here, and then stops and then boosts. See, is that squash and stretch on that jump? Hold on, I'm going to need to get into super slow-mo time. Hold on. Right. Let's analyse this. Was that squash and stretch on the model just before he went into the ball? Oh, it's one frame. That has definitely been stretched, though. So we get squash and stretch, but only for a frame. Sega, sort your animations out. Oops, okay. He goes down, air boosts again, so we're seeing a lot of the air boosts. Here, you see that bit there, when he's not boosting, he looks easy, much easier to control. But he looks really slow. Here when he's boosting, he looks hard to control. Look how big that turning circle is. Yeah. I mean, we don't know yet. Here he runs over the water. Well, that looks really good. The ripples and the sound effect as well. Listen. Oh, that's nice. Oh, look. And here, I think it's this bit. You see there, boosting, boosting, stopped, boosting. But I think it might be this one. Oh no, they hit a spring. And then boosting. One of these ones, look, you see now, they're boosting for absolutely ages. Their thing would have definitely run out by now if they're doing a section-based boost, so I don't think it's that. I think they manually stopped or ran out of boost there. Here you can see another puzzle. It's just literally the world's easiest puzzle. And we can actually see these little rock things here. There's one there and one on the right, like there. Somewhere. There he is. People think that's some sort of like chow thing. You get the chow coins, maybe give them to them. Also, whenever you solve a puzzle, you get a fruit. People think maybe give the fruit to them, which I think is entirely possible. Here's just a simple puzzle of step on all things without stepping on anything else, and IGN being IGN, of course, fail the puzzle because they're literal morons. I don't know how they failed the puzzle. Like, I don't see why I couldn't have just jumped from one to the other. I feel like it's only one you step on, you're not allowed to... Anyway. There's some sort of thing there. Is that like a big version of it? Does it move? I don't think it does. Oh no, it did move! Look, its arms move! That thing. Its arms move. So that's a live thing. And there you see he picks up another one of the, I guess, like heart fruits. Maybe that just levels up his health. Maybe that gives him XP. I don't know. He comes along here. Again, like these dash panels don't need to exist. Like, I could have made my own way there. And you see these little rock things again. This is the hamster wheel we saw from before, but the camera just snaps around that way for some reason and then goes back. He fills it up. There's a countdown that plays though. He fills up the top one. The second one isn't filled up, and it goes down. So I'm thinking maybe if you fill up both rings, you might get some sort of extra reward. Maybe you can come back later on when you're higher powered and then do that. You can actually see the springs there pop out of existence. These two springs here when the camera zooms out. Oh, they do have propellers. But when the camera zooms out, boop, they're gone. And then it ends there after being shown literally nothing, but we get another look at those hearts. So the hearts appearing around the things to lead people to believe. It could be from there. And that's it, that's all we get. So, what do I think? Yesterday I was really annoyed. I'm going to be honest, I was so angry by this. They didn't show anything. I think they're going to show us more stuff as the month goes on. I think for a lot of people though, this was a turn off. They saw us and went no. I think there's still hope for the game. I'm not writing out the game yet. I'm less, I guess you could say, optimistic about the game. I'm hopeful for the game as I was. I'm really hopeful for the game. I hope it's good. We're waiting half a decade for it. We're probably waiting half a decade for the next ones, you know. So I hope it's good. I hope it's good enough to, you know, provide entertainment for this time. But I'm more worried about it. I think that's the word. I'm more worried about it now than I was before the gameplay showcase. That's partly down to, I guess, the person playing, partly down to the, I guess, early game, and partly down to the game itself. I have seen a few people, and even myself, thinking about, you know, I don't understand why they're showing us this bit that's this early on in the game, if it's as early on as they say it is. Because, you know, Sonic really looks like he has no abilities or anything. We're getting the thingy one tomorrow, the combat one. Hopefully that'll show a bit more. But it reminded me of when we first saw the trailer for Sonic Unleashed. We were shown the Werehog combat, and the Werehog combat was like later game Werehog combat, but in an earlier level. I don't see why they couldn't have done that here to make it more interesting. And if they did do that here, how bad is Sonic going to control at the start, you know? I'm still excited by this game. You know, I think it's going to be easily the best Sonic game in a decade. That's not really saying much, because the last Sonic games in the decade have been like Sonic Boom, Sonic Forces, and Sonic Lost World. Neither of which I liked. I don't even remember where they came up on my. In fact, should we look at it right now? We'll look it up on my list where I gave them, where I think they came. Right here. Here is where I ranked them. Alright, let's find it right now.
Welcome back to Flute Salad, and welcome back to a thought.
Just stop talking, me.
With
I know Sonic Boom was the worst one, I think.
Rise.
Yeah.
I mean,
So Sonic Boom was the worst.
Does good things.
It's a CD there.
Didn't
Then
expect
Lost
it to
World.
And the dialogue is the worst.
Where did Forces come? Forces probably next, I imagine.
The story.
Yeah, Forces was next. I'm surprised Forces came above Lost World. In fact, I'm surprised Forces wasn't at the very bottom, to be honest. Look at that, it's just a straight line. And you can see the Sonic colours here. Sonic colours? No. Sonic's colour here is definitely a more pale blue than he isn't a thing. But look, that's just a straight line. It's like, we're better than this, you know. I can tell you that.
The controls are bad.
Yeah.
The jump is bad.
Yeah.
The level design is bad.
Yeah.
The visuals are okay, but I mean they're worse than Unleashed, which came out in 2008.
Yep,
So.
I think we finally passed Sonic Unleashed level visual quality of just visuals with Frontiers. Finally.
On the previous generation console, you don't really have much going for you there.
Yeah, I mean that came out in 2008.
You know,
it's taken this long
to
beat graphics from 2008.
That's alright, but the rest.
It's not alright. I lied about that. I was just trying to find anything nice I could say that's not true.
It's bad.
It's bad, yeah. And that's that, isn't it? Well, that's that. Hopefully the game will live up to my expectations. I don't think it'll live up to my expectations. You know, what I really, really want. I'd have definitely done things differently. I'd have incorporated a spin dash. I've incorporated roll mechanics. You can roll down a hill, gain momentum. Sonic Utopia. Just make Sonic Utopia. But in that world. Give me more loop-de-loops. I want loop-de-loops. I don't want them to be automated. Get rid of, or remove all automation. Give me momentum. Give me a roll. Other than that, the game looks pretty good, actually. You know, I'm not going to fault it. I'm worried, but I'm hopeful. And that's where I'm going to leave it today. I'll probably do another one probably on Saturday, where we get the gameplay, more gameplay tomorrow. Anyway, that's the end. Goodbye.